How are Amish children so well behaved in public? I had somebody message me and they said they saw these Amish children a couple times already at an auction, and they're like, the children are just sitting so still with their parents for hours. And they're just like, how do they instill obedience and such good behavior into children at such a young age? Well, like I commented in another video about Amish church, because from an early age, kids are taught to sit still in church, right? Church is 3 hours long. There is no nursery. There is no, children can't go out and play. So they learn at a young age that they have to sit still. The only thing I can say is it's the rod of discipline. Amish parents believe in spanking your children. And that's typically the only way they train them, is with the rod. Children are taught at a very young age, you misbehave, you get a spanking. So would you rather behave yourself, or would you rather have a spanking? It's the fear of the spanking is what keeps Amish children so well behaved. And they are taught respect at a very young age. You will not ever talk back to your parents. You will not ever get away with misbehavior. The only thing that I know, like why they're so well behaved, is because they are taught that discipline at a very young age. They never get away with it. There's consistency. And whether or not you spank your children, that's up for debate, right? People have very different ideas on that nowadays. There's so much of this gentle parenting. Well, I'm of the belief there's still a right time for spanking your child. I still think spanking your child is an effective way of training. Now, should you spank for every little thing? Are there other ways that you can train a child? Yes, 100%, absolutely. I know my kids are like, why would you spank a child? Well, a child has to learn one way or another to respect and to honor what your parents tell you, right? I will never claim to be a voice on how you should raise a child, because it's a challenge. And every parent has to figure out what works for their children. But that is what the Amish do. They train with the rod. And children pretty quickly figure out that if they misbehave, they will get that whooping. And I'm telling you, when my dad whooped, it was not 1 or 2 lashes. It was a spanking that you would not forget. So I guess you can look around. Does the gentle parenting work? Does the spanking work? What works? Now, one thing will not always work for each child, right? So I think as parents, we simply have to ask God for wisdom and let Him guide us, because what works for one kid doesn't always work for another.